back. July 20th. National Ice Cream Sundae Day. I told you we got a bunch of ice cream days coming up. But I'm not making ice cream again today. We don't need to. There's plenty in the store to go buy. But if it's a sundae, my absolute favorite sundae is a hot fudge sundae. It's always been my favorite. The only thing is, and I'm glad that I looked, is we have a specific hot fudge sundae day, and I think that's next week. So for ice cream sundae today, I had to come up with something different. So I thought of my second favorite sundae that I love of all time. And that's a Reese's Pieces sundae. That peanut butter sauce and a little bit of chocolate that they put on that sundae with the candy pieces and the whipped cream, that's the bomb. Close second to my #1 hot fudge. So I thought to myself, okay, well, I gotta figure out how to do this peanut sauce. I could go to where they have that sundae and just buy the peanut sauce and bring it home and make a sundae. But I thought, no, let's see if we can find a copycat peanut sauce recipe. And that's exactly what we did. So that's what we're gonna make today to put on our ice cream sundae at the end of this show today. Okay, so let's get started on our peanut sauce. Let's see if this is really, believe me, I've had enough of those sundaes in my life to know if it's gonna be close or good or whatever. Okay, so we're going to start with 2 tablespoons of butter in a small sauce pot here. This is a really easy 6-ingredient recipe, so we love that too. That's perfect. Okay, we're going to put our butter in here. Then we're going to add a ½ a teaspoon of vanilla. We're going to add a 1/4 cup, I just had to remember that, 1/4 cup of light corn syrup. Okay, make sure I get all that out of my little bowl here. Okay, then we're going to add a 1/4 cup of sugar, or no, I'm sorry, 3 tablespoons of sugar. Because with the corn syrup, we cut it back a little bit because we didn't want to make it too sweet, okay? And then you're going to add a ½ a cup of heavy cream, or half and half, whichever you have on hand. Feel free to use either one. I'm using heavy cream because that's what I got. Okay, so we're just going to cook this down until all of this stuff dissolves. The sugar dissolves everything, and we have a nice, smooth, uniform mixture here. Okay, don't add your peanut butter yet. All right, so let's cook this down, and we'll be right back. Once it's all mixed together, and you see you have this even smooth, the sugar's all been dissolved and everything else, just put it into a bowl, a larger bowl, and just let it cool down. We're going to let this cool down before we add our peanut butter to it. And that's it. We should have our peanut butter sauce for our Reese's Pieces sundae. I got my Reese's Pieces, I got my whipped cream, I even got my cherry on top. Be back to put this whole thing together. Well, yeah, we'll be back to mixing the peanut butter, and then we'll be back to put it all together, and then we'll be back to eat it all. We just keep coming back. You come back too. Okay, so our mixture is cooled down. Now I'm going to take my peanut butter, just a smooth peanut butter, 1/4 cup. Okay, now I happen to have, I don't know why, organic peanut butter in my cabinet. Not that it's a bad thing. I must have used it for some healthy recipe that went wrong. I don't know. I don't remember what I had bought the organic for. I don't usually buy organic peanut butter, but the good thing about having it is that it's very runny, so that's perfect for this sauce. Okay, so what you're going to do now is just whisk in the peanut butter into this mixture that we cooked down and cooled down. Okay, so now you got this really runny sauce, which is perfect. It's exactly what we want. Now, the key's going to be, does it taste like that peanut butter sauce? I don't know. But I'm going to let this cool down and put it in the fridge for a little while, and then come back and make our sundae, because I'd like this to be cold. I don't want to put a lukewarm sauce over my ice cream and melt it all down. I want it to stay ice cream for a while, while I eat it anyway. Alrighty, so we're just going to cool this one down. We'll be back in a little while to build our sundae. Okay, so we got all our stuff ready. Let's do this. Here we go. I got some cookies and cream ice cream, because just to add a little something something to my sundae here. You can use whatever ice cream you like. I just don't like anything too overpowering because you really want to taste the chocolate and the peanut butter. That is a Reese's Pieces sundae. Okay, so there's my ice cream. We're going to put some of this peanut sauce that we made, this homemade copycat friendlies. Yeah, I'd say that's it, but I gotta wait till I taste everything all together. Then you take a little chocolate syrup and you drizzle that, because if you're gonna have peanut butter, you gotta have some chocolate in there. Then you gotta put some whipped cream on that. Wait. Almost forgot. Gotta have Reese's Pieces if you're gonna have a Reese's Pieces sundae. Okay. So you just sprinkle some of those Reese's Pieces on there. And then you gotta have a cherry on top. Sundae's gotta have a cherry on top. It's not a sundae unless it's got a cherry on top. And there it is. Our Reese's Pieces sundae copycat. Let me get a spoon and we'll be right back to try this one. Alright, so let's try this thing and see if we got it right. Get a little bit of everything and a Reese's Pieces and some whipped cream. And that's a keeper, for sure. If you're like me and you're a fan of the Reese's Pieces sundae, now this isn't the original glass that they would serve it in. They would serve it in this big glass goblet, and I actually have one of those from ages and ages ago. A friend of mine, Miriam, hi Miri, actually when we were in high school went to Friendly's, and when we were done she took the glass and put it in her purse. So I have it here somewhere, I just don't know where. Maybe I'll dig it out and we'll use it next week or in a couple days or whenever it is, for Hot Fudge Sundae Day. I don't know, or we may just go out for Hot Fudge Sundae, but anyway, it's ice cream sundae day. Make any kind of ice cream sundae you want, whether you want it with you know, the wet walnuts on it, or a banana split, or, well, although a banana split wouldn't be an ice cream, I guess technically it's not an ice cream sundae because it's a banana split. But anyway, do whatever you want today, but just have an ice cream sundae, something of this kind. Alrighty, see you tomorrow, everybody.